and build one South Africa for all.
The following party election broadcast is brought to you in terms of the ICASA regulations governing the election period. The views expressed in this party election broadcast are those of the political party and not those of the SABC.
I'm loving it. It is amazing that they're here today. They're going to be part of the show. We'll interview them. I call them the Orlando Pirates of choirs. Been around since 1965. Who can say that about a choir? And Bafana have qualified for the African Cup of Nations, which is also why, you know, Stuart, it's also why we needed to give it that spiritual thing. It's been a minute since we've been there. TS Galaxy are in the semi-final of the Nedbank Cup, and that is what Dance Malisela is all about. Dance, let me start with you. You heard Barorisi rehearsing earlier, and you took out your phone instantly, and you were recording. What was it that made it so special?
I've been seeing them on TV for a while, for years back. You know? So it's a privilege to see them live here, you know, and it's an inspiration, you know. It tells you a lot.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Bafana.
Thanks, Thomas.
What a way to qualify. I think the whole nation excited about that last performance against Libya. To what do you attribute that?
No, the players had a clear idea of how we wanted to win the game, and everything that we've been talking about, they had the opportunity in one game to show that we've got it. And well, we all know that South African players have skill, and we all know that they can express themselves if the situation is right, but they showed that they could play with a knife at their throat as well, and that was fantastic.
Have we converted you to Baroris?
I love it.
He is,
I love it.
I mean, ever since he came in, he was early, Stuart, and since he came in, he's been loving it.
I've called my wife.
You guys must be proud of what you've done over the years.
We are. We can't get enough.
Gold, platinum, albums.
Double platinum.
Since?
Unbreakable service since 1965. Unbelievable.
I could do this for a while. I could just stand here and listen to this in the back, but I can't. We're going to go do the news stories and introduce you to what is going on when it comes to what's happening in the latest news as Barorisi Bamurena. They now depart the set. They'll be back later. So those of you who are fans will get more opportunity to hear. However, let's get into the latest when it comes to the news stories that we've got for you. And let's start out with the story that we had for you last week, which is all about Tiger Woods winning the Masters. And this one guy, at the time we didn't know who it was, but now we know. This man that you see in the picture, James Aduchi, decided that he was going to get in his car, drive 2,900 kilometers, because it's not legal to bet everywhere in the US, get to Las Vegas, put an $85,000 bet on Tiger to win the Masters. So that's 1,200,000, right? 1.2 million on Tiger to win. It happened. Tiger won James Aduchi a staggering 16, 17 million rand. And this guy had 2 mortgages. He had loans outstanding. His wife said, I wasn't feeling you on this bet, but if Tiger won and I'd stopped you, I would have been in trouble. So you got to go and spend the money. Dan, what a story. 16 million in the bank on the back of just feeling good about Tiger's performances in the build-up.
That's what we need with these games, luck.
Is it luck?
Yeah. You take a chance, you get lucky, so that's it.
Hey, but Tiger was, and I'm actually sorry as well, because I had Tiger to win in my own head, and I didn't put even 1 cent on Tiger to actually alone win. But the ability for this man to have done that, extremely, extremely unbelievable. He's got the money in the bank. Congratulations to him. However, let's move on to this next story, because you may not know this, but you know, like video gaming and playing like football on your PlayStation and whatever device you're using, Coach Baxter, that's like a real thing, eh? There's like a World Cup of that, a FIFA World Cup,
yeah.
And even a Nations Cup, which just took place. So you could go coach there as well in the spare time.
I don't think I'm good enough to do that. I think there's 7 and 8 year old kids that are better equipped to do that than me, and that's true.
We sent 2 guys. Here they are. This was Team South Africa to the first ever FIFA E-Nations Cup 2019. It was in the UK in Maidstone. And they were in a tough group. I mean, the group was England, Finland, France, Saudi Arabia. And all they were doing was like playing video games, like playing football on the video game. The prize money, if they won this, was 1.4 million rand. You know, so there's real money as well. Just to... They've got national team colors. They went to the coach. It's a serious thing. Guys, I see Mauritius representatives, they're like, You didn't know, ne?
No, we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know, but we think we brought that blessing. I think my coach here will lead that for Bafana Bafana. And I feel now he's got it now.
He's got it.
Yeah, I know what I'm capable of.
And also thank you, as the choir master, for giving us such a great introduction to the show. We loved it. We loved it. There it is. Mudupi said Juice Tlo has joined the panel there. Let's move on to this next story, because this story was one that had us shocked when it took place in the Nedbank Cup semi-final. And that was when fans of Kaizer Chiefs went crazy in the stadium. They lost their minds. And it was just insane in that loss to Free State Stars. Well, eventually, and we're a little bit slow to bring this feedback to you, but eventually the courts in Durban have come back with a sentence, and 9 of those who were responsible have got all sorts of various sentences, but one of them got a 3-year prison sentence. Remember, there was that horrific scene where one of the security guards was assaulted on the field. 3 years in prison, Dan. This is what we want to see happening to fans who do this at football matches.
Sure, this is bad, eh? Yeah, I saw a little bit of this earlier on, but now I'm seeing more, and it's shocking. Eh?
Yeah, but the sentences coming through are what we want, the courts, and we want that message to go to football fans. You can't do that.
No, you can't. At any given time, you can't.
And you guys are all still shaking heads. You are also still shaking your head, Stuart.
Yeah, you know, I've got a history in Kaizer Chiefs, and I cannot believe that anybody in Kaizer Chiefs that is serious about loving that club would want to associate themselves with people that think it's appropriate to do that at a game of football, to frighten kids, to harm people, to destroy property. Love your team, don't hate anybody else.
It's good. And now you know, because we saw it happening this last weekend with Celtic as well, that you could get really significant punishment. 3 years in prison. 3 years. Imagine that. For simply a football match and ruining the activity for everybody else. Let's move on to the football that took place in the ABSA Premiership tonight. And this is what it was. It was Highlands Park, and they were in action against Free State Stars. This game had all sorts of drama in it. And when you look at Highlands Park at home, always tough to beat. There was a red card in the game as well. Highlands Park getting off to not the start that they would have wanted in front of their home fans, because Sbusiso Hlubi scoring 9 minutes into the game. That would have given Free State Stars a real feeling that they were on their way in this game. But look at this. Does it cross the line? Like, how does this decision get made? Peter Shalulile is convinced. What do you guys see? Dan, for you, over?
I think it's over. Eh?
You see enough?
From the back, yeah, it looks like it's over.
Stu?
I think if the linesman is looking through the goalpost, that's a difficult one to call. Real difficult one.
He's given it, and that's how it ended, 1-1. It was Sfiso Mbele getting the red card for Free State Stars 61 minutes into the game. This was a huge game, massive game. Coach Baxter, how much of an impact will a Sundowns defeat today have on potentially where the league title will go?
I think that will depend on how Sundowns deal with it. This game could give them the feeling that they're tired and they're down, or they could just move on from it. It's a bad day at the office and continue to play the way they've played. And that, I think it will definitely depend on how they deal with that.
Are you willing to put your neck on the block and say who's going to win the league based on what you've seen today, Dan?
It's difficult to say. Sundowns still have 2 games in hand.
2 games, but it's 6 points behind Kaizer Chiefs with those 2 games.
Well, games in hand don't count that much, but they are a strong side. I think they will regroup from this. You know, maybe this will...
So where's the title going?
Oh, difficult to say, eh?
Selama 4 games, Dan.
Yeah. You can have 4 games and not even win 1, so you know, and you end up where you were.
Barorise are sure. They're even putting up their hands. They're sure. They're going to give us where the league title is going.
Black and white.
Okay.
I say black and white.
On this department, we'll have to disagree. I'm a Pretoria boy. It goes to Masanda 1.
You still believe?
Yes.
Even after tonight?
As long as Pirates is not complacent, I'm taking it.
There you go. Let's move on to Cape Town, because down in Cape Town, well, you know, the Two Oceans Marathon is coming your way, and we've got Dr. David Maralak, the chairman of the Two Oceans Marathon, in the studio in Cape Town. Doctor, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thomas, thank you very much. Just one correction. I'm no longer chairman, but I'm a member of the board of directors. But I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Good to have you. Tell me, 50 years we're celebrating of the Two Oceans Marathon. What makes that extra special, and what will those who come down, watch the race, those who run in it, how will they experience something different?
The 50 years obviously is an auspicious time in anybody's life, but also it's one of the oldest marathons and ultra-marathons in the world. So we've made it a special occasion with regards to the ultra-marathon. We have special medals, we have special T-shirts. We've also have upped the numbers from 11,000 to 13,000, and we're looking at a massive extravaganza. This year we've also introduced a fairly special event, which is the relay. A couple of the older guys who used to run in former years, you know, they came to us and they said, we can't complete the full 56 kilometers anymore. Can we actually do a relay? So we have just up to 100 teams that's participating in this year's event. So it's going to be a great festival of races.
And then can you whet our appetite in terms of big names, runners that we need to look forward to and keep an eye out for in the race coming up?
Yes, we have a fantastic field this year. We have both men's and women's returning champions. In the men's division, we have Justin Kemboi Chesiri of Kenya, who won last year, as well as Gerda Steyn, who also won. And Gerda is one of my favorites in terms of the women, so I expect her to do well. We also have Caroline Cherry, who was formerly known as Caroline Woostman, who's also returning, and then Renee Kalmer in the women's field as well. So I think it will be a special race, but I do think that the main race will be in the men's division, where I think finally, after Thomas Magawana's record has stood for 20-odd years, that there will be an assault this year on the record by a fantastic field of men's runners.
For those who are going to be in Cape Town, coming into Cape Town specifically for the race, what do they need to know to make the best experience for them?
The weather's going to be fantastic. It's obviously because of Easter being much later. So for road runners, it's going to be fairly special in terms of temperature. It will be probably around 16, 17, 18 degrees. It will be fairly fantastic. I think also in terms of your earlier question, The one runner we need to look out for is Abram Kiprotich, who's run some of the best times this year, and I think that he will stand a fantastic chance of winning the 1 million rand prize over 56 kilometers to beat Thomas Magawane's record of 1989 that stands at 3:03:44 seconds. So that'll be a fantastic thing to watch out for this year.
Just repeat the prize money there.
Abram Kiprotich.
No, the prize
he's from
money.
France.
Just repeat the number for the prize money. I thought you said R1 million.
Oh, the prize. Yes. The R1 million is for the record. If you break the record for the ultra marathon.
If only I'd trained, Doctor. If only I'd trained, I would have made an assault on that record. Thank you very much. Two Oceans, 50 years. Can't wait for it. Looking forward to seeing a scintillating race. That's Dr. David Maralak down in Cape Town telling you all about it, and all the best to the runners who will be part of the race. And hopefully we do see that R1 million going to a record being broken. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to him. South Africa's one and only sports comedian. He's been doing it now for the last 6 years. He is undefeated. He brings the uppercuts. He brings the jabs. He brings those jokes, and he is known as the heavyweight of humor, the Shampoo Nizer. Shampoo Nino.
Yes,
and you're on tour.
Yes,
like
yes,
if I want to see you live, you're on tour.
Yes.
So today is part of your tour, but after today, the tour goes other places. Where is it headed?
The tour is going to Soweto. So Soweto 3 May. If you haven't seen me live, Soweto, I'll be there at 3 May. Go to my social media and I'll give you all details. But 3 May, I'll be in Soweto. As you see, I'm warming up to run like this. You know why? Hey, Coach Dendens. Hey, what was Coach? I'm 90 kilometers per hour. One of the drivers are the Uno, maybe 10-0 trader in. Motoshia Uno, Coach, you can run. Leona, mo parallelogram, a bag in Coach, you are my hero, Coach. Let me greet the national coach, Sesto Barker. How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
I'm great too. Can you feel that the accent is changing? Because I want to tell him the truth, Coach. You see, all these people are telling you congratulations. Before you guys go to play, they're like, Bafana. Now you're back, they're like, hey, Coach, hey. I'm just telling you the truth. Someone has to do it. But, Coach, if maybe you guys run out of a right winger or a striker, I'm just recruiting someone. I have a video here. There's someone that I feel like Bafana needs him, and he doesn't get injured. He just talks. So, look,
so this is this person?
Yes, this is the guy. He's all the way from here. And he's, look, Coach, look. He's crossing and he's scoring. Well, he's assisting. Look at the guy. Okay. Look at the guy. Yes. I think, you know who the guy is, Coach? The one and only Thomas Mlambo.
Okay, there's more,
just look at this. Look at
number
this.
36 is me. This was
number
at the social cohesion games.
That's the guy that I feel like you need to buy, Coach. Look at him. They square. And then the celebration is coming. No, they don't show the celebration. But Thomas Mlambo, you should buy this guy. He's very good. He's very short. You know, short people can go into small passages and everything. Thomas, I brought you here because I want to talk golf. Guys, Tiger Woods won after so many years. Tiger Woods won, and then black people, you know, that when we see someone black achieving, suddenly we want to get in the mix. Now suddenly black people are starting to speak in golf terms like, "Hey, Wabalumtwana is such a birdie." Eh? Yeah, no. If I can just get her and I just go with her on the underpang, I'm shying a one putt, Saba major. You know, like girls go, you know, like South Africa, we like to be in the mix. But I'm saying right now, Coach, we know, like with golf, Thomas, I've realized that you play golf.
Yes.
When people play tennis, the sound of somebody is like, I've realized that with golf, people have a tendency to hit the ball. When it's in the air, they stand there and then they speak to it. Oh, my God, go, come on. I'm like, isn't it too late? I get the ball was here. Why didn't you speak to this ball when it was here? Or bolo. Samada, so be like a golf driver. You know, people are driving the golf one. Before they leave the house, they go around the golf. Be like a golf driver. Just hit that thing and let it go. But you know, in other news, people, don't be jealous. Pirates is at the top of the log. Give them a round of applause. Don't be jealous. Give them a round of applause. But now, Pirates, look at him. Listen, if you are at home and then you are not a Pirates fan, when you speak to a Pirates fan, you need to look up. Because you can't look them straight in the eye. When you are Maritzburg United, you are West. Follow protocol. Tell Free State Stars to tell Amazulu and tell Super Sports so they can go and greet Pirates for you. Because you are not in that level. You can't just and greet them. I'd like to congratulate Ajax Cape Town for making it to the semi-finals of the of the UEFA Champions League.
Cape Town,
Eh?
Yeah, Ajax Cape Town.
Thomas, like it's Ajax. In fact, if you are Thomas in Joburg, you are still Thomas in Russia. It's the same thing. So I'm just saying, my respect to United, wherever you are, if the PSL log was a poster for a party, they'll be like, featuring Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, when you get to Maritzburg, and many more.
We've got the topic for you. This is what we're going to engage in. Let's talk to the coach. Let's find out what you want to find out about the road, the journey. And also, Coach, the thing, it's almost 2 years exactly, right? You came to Bafana this time around in May of 2017. So we get a 2-year recap of Stuart Baxter. So what you can do is hashtag Ask Baxter, and we'll get your questions to him. After the break, though, it's the Nedbank Cup and the semi-finalist, Dan Dance, TS Galaxy. Can you believe it? They've got that far. Can they do it against Golden Arrows to get to the final over the weekend? Dan will talk about it. Stay with Sport at 10.
It's Easter time, and the rumors are true. There are 4 brand new floofs, and they're cutting prices just for you. So, while everyone is out looking for a bunny, come into Spar and save some of your hard-earned money on great deals like Spar Extended Shelf Life Milk for only $21.99 and 2 kg Spar IQF mixed chicken portions for just $51.99. To get a free Easter Floof sticker with every 150 Rand, be sure to keep your Spar Rewards card on hand.
Not persons under the age of 18. At ShopRite Liquor Shop, you can get ready for game day with low prices on a lineup of all your favorite brands. Score with this week's big deal. Get a case of 440ml Amstel Lager beer cans, only $199.99. Look out for more weekly game day deals, only at ShopRite Liquor Shop.
Hey Tada, I'm Desmond Dube. You know me as an actor and brand ambassador for clientele. But in my private life, I'm a husband and a father. Like most South Africans, my childhood was difficult. There was no money. So now I make it a point that my family is taken care of, and will be, should I die. What I've learned from filming the clientele commercials is that tomorrow is not promised to anyone. That is why I have funeral cover. It's so affordable. If you can buy a takeaway now and again, you can afford to buy funeral cover. That's what I don't understand. If it's so affordable, why are there so many South Africans who do not have a funeral plan? It breaks my heart to go to a funeral knowing that that family went into debt paying for it. And it'll take them another year to pay it back. Join me in taking care of our family's futures. WhatsApp FUTURE to 071-102-7610 and we'll call you back.
What up, man? Your boy? We are drinking from the same bottle. Cheers, Donna. I miss you, Donna.
Enjoy responsibly. Not for persons under the age of 18.
It's the fairy tale story of the Nedbank Cup in 2019. TS Galaxy from the National First Division, Lower Division side in the semi-finals of the tournament. And Dan Malisela, the coach, is here in the studio with me. Braten, this club is like Ifigizolo. And now there's sound like that in the stadium.
So I think I think it's the work of the marketing department at the club and the location of the club. We are in a good area where people have been starving for football, and now we came and we play some good football, and obviously people have to come and watch. They want to see. They see this week and they say, is it believable? Yeah, let's go and watch. So eventually branches started forming up, even outside Mpumalanga. People are registering for the club, so.
Did you think you'd get this far? Did you think you'd get to the semi-final, one game away from the final of the Nedbank Cup?
At the beginning, no. It didn't even cross my mind. I was not focusing on that. We were focusing on, say, let's build a team, let's see what we can get. Because when I got to the club, we had about 45 players. So we had to fix that first, but not thinking about Nedbank or the league or anything like that, But as time went on, we started going, and I said, why do we go into tournaments just to make numbers, Go there, compete, and see where we can go.
I mean, beating Ajax 5-2, then Umvoti 3-1, Cosmos in the round of 16, Cape Umoya in the quarterfinal. Now it's Golden Arrows.
Yeah.
And it's the first, a lot of people will say, real test. The first time you're meeting aside from the Premiership.
Yeah, well, it's a test, but I always believe that, you don't have to do too much on motivation when you play a PSL side and you're in the NFD. The players get motivated automatically. So that part of my job is covered. Because they want to shine. There's TV, there's everything, and automatically players want to showcase what they can do. Players are marketing themselves as well, so they will do well.
What do you do? What's the plan? Arrows have so much firepower, so much that lately Steve has been throwing in off the bench. Lamula. It seems like if you look at it, maybe too much.
Yeah, well, we normally focus on ourselves first, because I always say let's deal with the opponents at halftime if we can, or during the match if we can, because you'll never know what the team will come up with, what they will do.
So what's your style? Then what can we look out for from TS Galaxy over the weekend?
The same way we've been playing.
Describe it.
Our passing game, patient build-ups, patient approach to the opponents. Get them a bit tired if you can, and be cautious in the early stages of the match so that we don't get scored. What we normally strive for is not to be scored, and we score first. If we can score first, then we relax.
So Kia Kal?
Not really Kia. We care by keeping the ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's going to be the plan, to have more ball possession than Premiership team Golden Arrows?
That's always the plan.
Just circulate it. Keep them looking for it.
Circulate the ball. When you find gaps, use them.
I'm looking forward to the game on Saturday.
We should.
And what will happen after 90 minutes, potentially 120 minutes? Is it a realistic dream at the club right now that you could be in the final of the Nedbank Cup?
We've gotten this far, so why not? Why can we not go all the way? So we want to go all the way. We want to go, if possible, win the cup. When we are here, it's just one game. And who knows what will happen. One game and another game, and you have a trophy. You falter, obviously you don't have a trophy. We go through this game, we have a medal. We are guaranteed a medal. Now we will choose which one.
Circulating the ball, though, is not going to get goals. And goals is what wins finals, what wins semi-finals.
Circulate with intention.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Dan Dance, thank you very much for coming in. Sure. Looking forward to it. All the best. You're doing a great job at TS Galaxy. Keep flying, keep rising, keep doing it.
Thank you so much.
There you go. So, there you have it. Make sure you're with us, because SABC 1 will show you that semi-final on Saturday afternoon. However, ShopRite Liquor Shop is giving away 65,000 Rand in shopping vouchers over 10 weeks. Here are this week's winning play of the game. And the winner is Bulani Desmond Kabele. And this week's winner is taking away 5,000 Rand. ShopRite Liquor Shop voucher. Tune in again this Saturday for the world's greatest football league, live on SABC3, and for another chance to win big with ShopRite Liquor Shop. ShopRite Liquor Shop has great deals on all your favorite brands for game day. Not for persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly. After the break, we stay with football, but now we talk about the last 2 years, Stuart Baxter, and qualifying for the Africa Cup of Nations. Bafana Bafana's coach is here. Stay with us.
Not for persons under the age of 18.
It's Boxer Easter Coupon Combo time! Buy 4 SportAt or Stony Zero 1.5 litre with an extra 2 Rand off only 38 Rand. Oh! Buy 3 Nestle Cremora Creamer 750 grams with an extra 5 Rand off only 80 Rand. Buy 2 Fusion Dairy Blend Concentrate 5 litre with an extra 2 Rand off only 48 Rand. Give your cell phone number at the tail, get extra discounts off your combo products, and save even more when you shop. Never pay more than the Boxer price this Easter.
It was very unusual. They could have taken anything, but they only took the Jameson. Nothing else. Why? Taste. That's why.
Not for persons under the age of 18.
How did your path with insurance cross?
And I saw this advert about this guy, Chacha. So Mr. Chacha got me thinking, if I do Sweets and Save here, I won't just do the Chacha, I'll be doing the Tango.
And the difference that you're now saving?
It's just over 900 Rand.
In 3 words, summarize your experience.
Smart, professional, and they saved me money.
You know that last one was like 4 words.
I know, but that's how good they are.
SMS SAVE to 44496 and make 2019 your time to save.
Win your share of 10 million Rand in airtime, data, and iPhone 10s. 1 in 3 customers will win in ShopRite's biggest airtime and data giveaway ever. Buy any 2 participating brands to enter and check your till slip for more details. Only at ShopRite.
To whom it may concern, I, Olivia Adams,
Andre David,
hereby wish
to declare a complete list
of my assets
and liabilities.
My assets, my voice,
Our voice. How about multitasking?
my liabilities, impatience,
Too competitive. Yours sincerely.
future influencer,
Chisanyama Key.
CEO.
Care for another helping, darling?
Yes, my love.
Garçon?
Red Bull gives you wings.
Uyabona seksela manejana siyaya kipite siningizimu Afrika wayishaka kodwa wayishaka bili wayishaka sithathu athi abafundile against all odds 2 Pesitawu 1 Libya.
Oh, we love that celebration. And it meant we were going to the Cup of Nations on this occasion, and that was what is important. The coach of the national team of South Africa, Stuart Baxter, with us here. And Stuart, 2 years in the job now, 16 games according to my calculations. How do you feel on your coaching and how it's gone over the last 2 years?
First campaign, the World Cup campaign, obviously we can't be happy with that.
That was poor.
I thought that was well. I think you can look at the campaign, and we can learn from it. I think the situation around it was very difficult for the players. We had the whole ongoing saga of Senegal and was the game going to be replayed or not replayed? And even when we played it, the result wasn't going to stand. And I think that was a difficult one for the players.
Yeah, but I mean, did you think that affected what happened with Cape Verde? Because we get what happened with Senegal, but we lost twice to Cape Verde.
I think what happens was the whole vibe around every game becomes a little bit infected. But I think what we showed, when I say we, I mean South Africa, what we showed against Cape Verde were the frailties that we've grown to dislike, but keep rearing their ugly heads. You know, the not being able to find that right mental level. And the second campaign, I think, has been a good development in that direction, culminating in Libya.
This is the AFCON campaign you're talking about.
Yeah, where we absolutely showed that the players are developing on the mental side.
You know what the thing that was interesting for me with qualifying for the Africa Cup of Nations was? The first game against Nigeria to the Libya game, only 3 players started both of those games. So from game 1, only 3 players were left from the first game in the last game. And I think that's really, it's unbelievable, really, in a campaign that you would change
usual.
8 players along the road in your starting lineup to get to qualify.
No, you're right. It's not usual, Thomas. And the reason was because we had a squad and some of the better players were getting towards the end of their career. And if we're talking about qualification and development, you've got to try and bring down that average age, widen and deepen the squad of players. More kids have got to have a taste. And so that's what we said we were going to set out to do. But I'm very, very conscious if I set out to do that and lose a few games, then my head's on the block. So we agreed we were going to do that, and that's what we've tried to do. And that's why I was so pleased with the statistic you've given now and the way that we got through.
I mean, you brought Mutiba, Tau, Maela, Mukocho, Mkize, Santim, Kwanazi, and Keat. Those were those that came onto the squad, adding on to those that had started that opening game. And that is quite a stark difference.
Yeah. And remember, that was a good performance against Nigeria.
Yes, it was.
So we weren't taking away bad players. We were taking away, in part, some of our better players.
Randi, Dolly, Species of Vilagazi, Zungu, Langaman, Matoho, Patlela, Kune. Those were the players that were missing in action from that original game when we started the campaign. However, there was also a speed bump along the road, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
There was a moment where we didn't believe that we were going to make it.
You know, the whole campaign, if you look at it now, you can look at the whole campaign. You can say, well, Libya at home, 0-0. Well, that's football. You know, they come and they overperform and we don't. That's football. But the 0-0 away in the Seychelles is just a bad performance. We dominated completely. We hit the crossbar from 2 metres. We had 14 corners and we only delivered 4 of those into a dangerous area. Not good enough. You know, and the players will admit and they'll put their hands up. And that, again, I think, is getting into that right headspace to perform at your maximum in every situation.
I know we're excited we qualified, but when you look down at the numbers a little bit, take away the 6-0 against Seychelles. It then becomes Bafana scored 5 goals in 5 qualifying games. And that can't be enough, really.
No, you can say, well, we scored 3 against Nigeria, and you've got to be happy with that. And then you've scored 2 away from home in Libya, in Tunisia, you've got to be happy with that. And the only one that we didn't score, that was the 0-0 at home against, obviously the away game in the Seychelles is an anomaly, but the home game. Now, at that point, and I know that after that game, there was a lot of criticism of the team. I think one headline was "to hell with Bafana," and you know, and we have to deal with that. So that's not a problem. But you know, I think in our sort of disappointment, the bitterness and the sort of the negativity sometimes goes too far, because that was at a time where we're trying to rebuild the squad, to reset the clock really a little bit, and we had a few players that were new. We had a few players that were, like Percy, for example, was a bit flat. He'd just got his move. He'd breathed out a little bit. You know, there was a few reasons for that. But we tend to lose that in our disappointment. But luckily enough, the squad didn't, and we didn't, and we kept on pushing. And we had the opportunity to show that we deserve to go to AFCON. That's what I said to the boys. In Tunisia, we have to show that we deserve to be there. And we did. And I think the boys deserve huge credit for that performance.
We're going to a break. We'll be back. I did promise that you can ask your questions. I'm going to look at that. #AskBaxter. And then we'll also have a quick conversation with the coach about the group who we're playing against at this Africa Cup of Nations. For me, group of death, but that's just me. We'll find out what the coach has to say.
Good morning.
This is my mom. She's a dentist.
Do you know what dentists do?
But who protects their teeth?
I use Colgate twice a day. It contains liquid calcium and fluoride. Imagine this is your tooth, and these are the food acids that cause cavities. Colgate helps prevent holes for all-round protection.
So, how do we protect our teeth?
Colgate!
For maximum cavity protection.
Here, between the dreamers, the true believers. Here, in a place of self-made men.
Here, in this beautiful place, where the ground splits and the sky breaks.
Here, we make waves. Here, we shape something exceptional.
Rich, bold, 3 Ships whiskey. Not for persons under the age of 18.
60 seconds for a toothpaste to work is pretty remarkable. Nobody wants to have sensitive teeth.
We don't have time to wait for results. There's an easy, quick solution.
I recommend Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
It's clinically proven to work within 60 seconds.
Just 1 minute.
It's called Rapid Relief because it works fast. It does what it says. It's rapid, it's fast, it's effective.
You can use it and get a result within 60 seconds. Patients will love it because it will work quickly. If I can get people out of pain quicker, why wouldn't I recommend it?
Parenting is not easy. Some days, you've got to be tough mom. Other days, gentle mom. But when it comes to fever, you need to be both. Calpol starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Calpol, tough on fever, gentle on your child.
So what can I do for you today? Full tank as always.
No, I'll swipe and say 300. It's stadium, young son.
This swiping thing, these charges will take your money. Trick money gone, Baba.
Chavza, you wonder when you team up with Nedbank, you score, smile. Just get a Nedbank pay-as-you-use account, swipe a wire for 0 monthly fees.
Hey, so smooth. All of this for $1 low monthly fees.
Hey,
now that's different.
Money.
#AskBaxter. You've got your questions, so I'm going to fire them. The coach is going to do his best to do the goalkeeping thing maybe and keep the shots that you are sending out of the net. So, coach, the first question I got here is from Herman, who says, will Kune be in action for AFCON? #AskBaxter.
As it looks today, not probable. But depend.
Why?
Fitness levels, injury healing, playing game time, getting game time. But I would say not impossible.
If he said he's fit but hasn't played,
well, he's not
then
at the moment.
Would you take him?
Well, that would depend on his fitness, and he would have to prove that in some way, and then we would have to, possibly we'd have the option of bringing him into the COSAFA squad and looking at that and in the build-up. As it looks today, not impossible, but not probable.
All right. Dumelo says, Thomas, can you ask, what does Mr. Baxter think about Thabo Rakgale? Is he a potential Bafana player going to the AFCON?
I think I'm a bit reluctant to comment on individual players, but I would say this, Thomas. When we select a squad, we have to try to look past the player in form, because I think Thabo has been playing really well.
But while we're talking about informed players, the next one just so that you answer it in the same space. The next question that I wanted to go through here was Lenora, who says pretty much similar about Kermit Erasmus.
Yeah, and Kermit's been around before, so that one has got a little bit more meat on the bone, if you want. But Tabo's performances have been good for his club. And then I've got to ask myself the question, does that make him a national player? When we're thinking development, when we're thinking what I was saying about widening and deepening the pool and bringing in the younger ones, or does that take a spot that one of the younger ones could need that international game time? So it's not out of the question, but I've got to think in those terms and not just the informed player.
It sounds like Kermit, though, more of an option for you.
Well, Kermit has been around. We know. He knows us. You know, we go into a tournament, we're going to have to take players that can hit the ground running a little bit. And if one of those players is in form, then, of course, he's a stronger candidate.
Tapelo asks the question that everybody's asking, right? Are we bringing the trophy back? That's the question.
I think this, and I think very, very strongly, I think the reason that the players have had an upgoing curve is because we've thought more and more about trying to create our way of playing and to try to concentrate on that and to ignore the must. Now, if we go to AFCON with the knife at the throat, you must, everybody expects.
What is the goal?
The goal is to go as far as we can go, literally, because we need to keep developing. We said that the Libya game was a great part of their development. Now, AFCON is going to be a great part of this squad's development.
What would be a failure for you? If you go to this AFCON...
Playing badly. Playing badly, being weak mentally would be a failure.
You could play well and lose all 3 games, right?
Yeah, you could do. And then what will you do? Hang the players? I think the concentration must be... If South Africa want us to go there, park the bus, win each game 1-0... I don't think they do. I think, and that's very short-sighted. What they want is South Africa to go, and they want to be proud of the performances. Now, you can be proud of a performance, even though you hate losing. Now, I think if we concentrate on our performance and we make sure that we perform optimally, I think we can knock people over.
Is that what we will get, though? A Bafana that goes to this Africa Cup of Nations and leaves their everything on the field, that when they walk off, we go, we gave everything.
Well, I think, I understand that people have said before in the past, they've said, yeah, we didn't think they were patriotic and we didn't think they left out in the field. I've heard that said. But I'll tell you what, in Tunisia,
yes,
Dean Furman ran 11.9 kilometres. Kamel Makocho ran 11.7. The nearest Libyan player was 1.2 kilometres behind them. They left it out there. Now, we need to build on that. And the days need to be gone where people say, no, they didn't give it their all.
Are they gone? Was this the end of, or the beginning of the new Bafana?
Well, I can't promise for other people, but I can promise you this, that the players are going to be really, really pushed to replicate the attitude we showed there.
What do you think of Group D and how it's panned out? We start against Morocco. We start against Cote d'Ivoire, then it's Namibia, then it's Morocco.
People can look at that as being a bit of a group of death. I think even Morocco and Cote d'Ivoire are also looking at it going, ooh, dear me, that's not a perfect group.
3 former champions in the group.
Yeah. Well, I think you can look at that and you can say, difficult group. But for me, for this team who we've got, in that stage of development they are, this is a good group. When I say good, I don't mean easy. I mean a good group to get your teeth into. I think we can go into this without inhibitions. I think we can go into this and say, we belong here. Now let's see.
Cote d'Ivoire is the opening game.
I like the order. I like the batting order.
What do you like about it?
I like the fact that we've got Cote d'Ivoire first. We can have a right go at them.
So we're going to go for it?
We've got to.
Yeah?
We've got to, because then you have Namibia, and if we need to, we can play very tactically against Morocco.
So if I'm listening carefully, it's have a go at Cote d'Ivoire. If it doesn't happen in that game, we got to win against Namibia, which we're expecting.
Yep.
And then we may need a point.
We'll know what we need.
Or we need a win against Morocco. Then you'll be able to adjust. That's what that's the plan.
Well, I wouldn't say that on national television so that people that sitting abroad can... But, I mean, you don't need to really say that. We're not going to go to an AFCON and in the very first game we're going to park the bus. We're not. We're going to make sure... We're not going to be gung-ho, but we're going to make sure that we try and set our stamp on the game and make sure that they know we're around.
Coach, thank you very much. And I know you came in with a bit of an injury, right? So it's great that you're with us.
Thank you.
Everything sorted?
Everything's sorted. I'm happy.
He's good. All right, because the coach had like just, you know, a few wheel alignment problems, but he's back on track and he's looking good. We're going to a quick break. Barorisi Bamorena will be in the studio right after this. Stay with us.
Full distilled, twice as smooth. Why? Taste. That's why. Buy Jamison Original for only $289.99 at any Liquor City store.
Ladies and gentlemen. Quiet, please.
Suffering from back pain? Apply Voltaren ML Gel. Unlike heat rubs that work on the skin surface, Voltaren ML Gel is a clinically proven anti-inflammatory medicine which penetrates through the skin. It relieves pain, treats inflammation, and speeds healing. Voltaren ML Gel, the world's #1 medicated gel.
Isn't it frustrating when you find a tough stain? With Vanish Power 02, tough stains are a thing of the past. Grass stain, it's a hard one. Let's see it in action. Vanish finds a stain and eliminates it. Success, thanks to the power of Oxy Action. Beetroot stain, you might think it's tough to remove, right? Just watch. Add a scoop of Vanish into the water. The oxygen power is activated and it gets rid of stains easily. Seeing is believing. Vanish Power 02. Trust pink, forget stains.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Dlamini. I'm concerned about Andile. His marks have dropped, so I have to ask, is everything okay at home?
Everything's perfect. We actually got an amazing deal on a new Volkswagen.
Okay, but Andile.
Oh, Andile also loves a new car. And the Rabbi, we were talking about it the other day.
Yeah, he loves it.
With deals this good, it's all you'll be talking about. Like the Golf from $3,599 per month.
Volkswagen.
There are people in our community whose helping hands always brighten the day. Caring, selfless, and always there when you need them. Just like Grandpa's fast-acting pain relief that you can always trust. It's ready to work in 10 seconds for backache, muscle ache, toothache, or headache. So that you can get through your day.
Grandpa, trusted for over 100 years.
The filing season is now open. Submit your 2018 return of earnings from the 1st of April to 31st of May 2019. Go to www.labour.gov.za. Under Online Services, click on Compensation Fund, ROE, Submissions and Online Registrations to submit your returns. The deadline for the 2018 submission is the 31st of May 2019. The Compensation Fund, working for you.
Barorisi Bamorena. Here they are, the gospel choir that has been doing it since 1965. Let's find out a little bit more about them. They are our celebrity tonight on Sport at 10. And please, please, please come and join me this side, Sir Juice. Please, please, your voice is unbelievable. And I've got Neo Tongwani here, the brand manager as well. Please, if you could come and stand here for me. So let's have this conversation. Let's find out a little bit more about Barorisi Bamorena. Tell me, every member here in the choir belongs to one church. One church. You guys don't go and find voices from everywhere. So everyone comes from St. Jacob's Saviour's Church.
Definitely.
And why has that been the way that it's been since 1965?
The way it worked, Thomas, I'll tell you, we won't change something that's not broken. So if we are a commercial choir, we know and other things. So belonging to a church, for that discipline, we report back to the priests and the elders. So
what's the reason for the success? The albums that you've brought out since 1965, album after album has gone platinum, has gone gold, has gone double gold. Why do people love Barurisi Bamorena so much?
Grown-ups ke bona ba re thusitseng ona ne puo engwe e buang ka Sotho mo ho sena motho a moholo dintho a di tsamae right because rona re di etsa ka bongwana re di etsa ka ditsela tsa rona tse fapaneng fela re hodisitswe ke batho ba baholo and o mong wa batho ba baholo ke ntate wa ka nna ke tswelisa fela legacy ya gagwe.
And tell us about your father.
Ke hopola le ntate Mahlathini la rato mmitsa makwekwe ba hotse kaofela o hotse le ditsotsi mare a thola calling a decide ho etsa tsela ena ho kena mo tseleng ena a tsamaya le ntate Seletso motsanong wa Jerusalem e ntjha fela ka baka la thapelo everything went well and ha tloa mo ebe ba generation to generation until fihle.
And that is also now what fascinates me about Bororisi, because there are brothers and sisters and aunties and uncles and family, like real family, in your choir.
Yes, it runs through the family, but what we do, because in a lady community project, we go out there because we deal with substance abuse, community, and then we bring those kids into the choir, but rehabilitate.
Do you have a song that has been bigger than any other?
Yes.
A #1 hit?
Yes.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Yes, yes. No? Okay.
Shampuneza karabula life wa itse ba bile.
Wa itse?
Na.
Ana gizi hom mohahu. Wa modimo.
One last question, guys. One last question. There are those who want to see you live.
Yes.
Where can they do that?
Okay, through our social media. Okay, all our social media except for Twitter, which is at Barus Bamorena 1965.
Yeah.
And then all the rest is Barus Bamorena. And then our music, iTunes currently, because we are moving away from the old stuff. So from the shops, came up on your music, and then Musica. The shows are now currently famous. Currently, I can say on the 26th of April, we're going to State Theatre. Honale Shampuneza.
Oh, you're going to be the gospel comedy.
Yeah, he's featuring us, and then...
oh my God.
Yes, it's oh my God.
Marona Robina serious.
Yes.
It's not a joke.
No, it's not a joke. And then all other shows, detail our social media, and then if somebody... Okay, fine. Our email address is barusbamorena1965@gmail.com.
I've been looking at those T-shirts because you've been holding them since the interview began.
Jealous.
No.
So, lastly, we'd like to thank SABC for inviting us. So, as a token of appreciation.
Appreciation.
Yeah.
Should I give it to the cameraman or?
If I want,
this is our latest CD in Chafato, which was recorded 2017. Company independent, which is Barosi Music. So this.
Thank you. Gimnati.
Party election broadcast was brought to you in terms of the ICASA regulations governing the election period. The views expressed in this party election broadcast are those of the political party and not those of the SABC.
They said we'll never make a difference, that our fight for free education will lead nowhere. Workers are now insourced with decent wages. We are a home to the marginalized voices seeking justice, but anti-black racists, corrupt politicians, even the rich and the powerful now have nowhere to hide. Our fight for the land is about giving dignity to black people. We are the ones who have been waiting for. May the 8th, vote for the only party willing to make a difference. Vote for the EFF, our land and jobs now.
The following party election broadcast is brought to you in terms of the ICASA regulations governing the election period. The views expressed in this party election broadcast are those of the political party and not those of the SABC.